Okay, this is 2.7. We are going to be converting from SI units to Imperial. 2.6, we converted from Imperial to SI. Now we're going to go the other way. Okay, let's do a couple of try these. Just hone up our math skills a little bit. See if you can remember anything. So we want to have 4 yards and we want to know how many feet it is. Well, we need to know that it takes 3 feet to make 1 yard. So 4 yards, we just take 4 times 3. Which is 12 feet. 4 yards is 12 feet. We have 9 feet. We want to convert it to inches. Well, we know there's 12 inches per foot. We have 9 feet, so we take 9 times 12. And 9 times 12 is 108. So we've got 108 inches there. Now, we're going to be converting between metric units here. 38.5 kilometers equals how many meters? Well, we know that a kilometer is a larger measurement than a meter, so we're going to have more meters, and because the metric system or the SI system is base 10, all we need to do is move the decimal. So we're converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit. We know we're going to have more meters, so we're going to take that decimal and we're going to be moving it to the right, and we know that there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, so we're going to move it 3 decimal places to the right. So there's 1, 2, 3. We can put in a couple of zeros there. So we end up with 38,500 meters. Now we're going to go from a smaller unit to a larger unit. We have 852. We can put a decimal point there. We can say 0.0 millimeters into meters. We know that there's going to be less meters than a millimeter. We're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, which means that we're going to be moving the decimal point to the left. We know that there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter, so we're going to be moving it 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. Put the decimal point there. So then we can say that 852 millimeters is the same as 0.852 meters. Okay? Sometimes you need to know the equivalent of a length or distance measured in SI units in imperial units. This chart shows the approximate relationship among common units. 1 millimeter is equal to 0.039 inches, so millimeters are related to inches, centimeters to inches as well, meters to yards, and kilometers to miles. What would you multiply a measurement given in centimeters to express its measure in inches? Well, if you're given something in millimeters, we just multiply it by the conversion ratio over here to the right, and that is 0.039. So if you're given a measurement in, it's centimeters. Okay, so I read the chart wrong. We want to go from centimeters, so we multiply it by 0.39. Okay, what would you multiply a measurement given in meters to express its measure in yards? Well, meters to yards. Right here, we multiply whatever meters we're given by 1.09, and that will give us the equivalent measurement in yards. Number 3, what would you multiply a distance given in kilometers by to express its distance in miles? So if we're given a distance in kilometers, we multiply it by 0.62, and that will give us the equivalent measurement in miles. Okay, let's do example number 1. Asif plans to run in a cross-country race. The length of the course is 6.7 kilometers. How far will he run in miles? Well, the solution is, what is 6.7 kilometers expressed in miles? 1 kilometer is equal to 0.62 miles, so 6.7 times 0.62 miles per kilometer. We can use our calculator. We take 6.7 and multiply it by 0.62, and 6.7 kilometers is the same as 4.154 miles. We've got our distance into 1 decimal point, 6.7, so let's move our answer of 4.154 to the tenths, or to 1 decimal point, so that'd be 4.2. Approximately 4.2 miles. Okay. Example number 2. The diameter of a spark plug is 14 millimeters. What is this measure in inches? Well, solution A, what is 14 millimeters expressed in inches? Well, 1 millimeter is the same as 0.039 inches, so we take 14 millimeters, multiply that by 0.039 inches per millimeters, and we get 14 times decimal 039. So we can say that 14 millimeters is approximately 0.55. 0.55 inches, so just a little bit bigger than half an inch. About what fraction of an inch is your answer in part A? About half an inch, just a little over half an inch. Okay, so that's all the prep I think you need for converting metric to imperial or SI to imperial, so go ahead and start with the practice.